What's up? What's good? Both shorts feeds are up. Let's see if we can do something about this right here. Get StreamYard going. And we're live. Salute to the tribe. What's up? What's happening? What's good, y'all? I got another one. Got one again from the German lady you guys know her as, or the Turkish lady, Miss Brooke. She's talking about how you go to Germany and the women over there, they can't get enough of you, man. You got to smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Join the tribe. No further ado, let's get right into it.
In Germany for Black American men. And is it true that German women over here really approach Black American men? I know you got questions and I will deliver the answers. I just went live on Instagram with Ivan. He lives here in Germany for 9 years now, but without saying too much, I hope you enjoyed this live that I had. I will post it on YouTube right now. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay.
We got Ivan here, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining today's live. You cannot imagine, Ivan, how many people I had in my DM saying, "Who is this man that you're gonna be talking to?"
You just gassing me up, that's all.
Right. Do you mind? Would you like to introduce yourself to the audience? Like, who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing here in Germany? And where can people find your platform?
Yeah, I can do that. Well, I'm Yvonne. On Instagram, I'm Yvonne__Quattro. Like, I've been in Germany. I'm originally from the state of North Carolina. Don't worry. I know a lot of y'all got experiences with people from North Carolina, but we ain't all the same. I like to say the earth is my turf, to be honest with you, because I don't live everywhere from North Carolina, South Carolina, Missouri, D.C., you name it. Middle East, Germany. Matter of fact, it's like my 9th year.
How is Germany? What's the difference living in America and living in Germany? And I think you would be able to answer this question the best because you've been living here for 9 years. And tell the audience, what is the biggest difference between America and Germany?
That's a tough one because it's a whole lot of differences. And I think that there's pros and cons to everything. Like, just starting off, it ain't really no cons to this, but the tax write-off. Like, I don't have to pay American taxes, German tax, which, you know, that storage can be, what, 49% sometimes. So that's a huge one right there. Then you got the weather. I mean, I don't know how everybody else feel about it, but for me, the wintertime get depression. I get that seasonal affective disorder and start booking flights down south. But being in Germany, I mean, it's a great launching pad for you to get different places because Frankfurt go everywhere from Dubai, Qatar, you name it, you can get there. So that's the beauty of living in Germany or in Europe, period, is you have the opportunity to travel. But then I say the predictability of things. Like in the States, you know, when you land, it's like, go, you got to get it out the mud. You really don't know what can happen. And in Germany, it's a lot more predictability because the people follow the rules. I mean, so much so you.
And this is just giving you guys another location to go to when you guys want to go overseas. For those that want to do that, for those that want to stay here, you know, do what you got to do, man. You know, no hard feelings, but for those that can.
Go to the crosswalk at the stoplight, and they got to wait for it to turn green and wait for somebody to tell them you can go ahead and cross. So I definitely have noticed that predictability, and it does make it safer, but the drawback to that is it's a little bit boring sometimes. Because one time, I ain't gonna lie, my sister, she visited me probably about a month or two ago. We on the little, them little motors, scooters or whatever, we was on the little scooters going to the soccer game, and the lady got the yelling like, "No, you got to get off, get off, get off." I'm like, come on, man. It's a million people out here drunk. We just rode the little scooter to the stadium. So it just be a little bit too much rule following for me. And, you know, I'm a rebellious individual anyway, being American. So it's pros and cons. Got the women, too. I don't know how much we can talk about that because I know you married and everything. But the women part is...
We're going to get into all of that. I mean, of course, I am married. Yeah, I am married, obviously, of course. But, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a certain conversation, you know, as long as it doesn't cross a certain line. So, of course, especially my audience, and this is the reason why I'm doing it, they want to know, how are the ladies here? How do they respond to you? Do they even approach you? Because that is something that I talk about sometimes because I have seen it, I have witnessed it, and let the people know, is it true? How are women here?
I'm going to say this. If you ain't in Germany, you ain't been to Germany, everything you done heard is true. Because I tell you like this, prior to COVID, back when I was in Germany in like 2010, 2000 to 2013, it was this thing called tag.com. It's kind of like MySpace for those that ain't familiar
Smash
with
that
it.
like button.
Man, you meet somebody on there, first message they talking about, you got Yahoo Messenger? First message in Yahoo Messenger, what's the address? And I'm talking about they coming.
No.
Just like that, I swear to God. And even back then, like you could go to the club and pick up anything. They had the OC in Mannheim, you had Infinity in Heidelberg, you had Black Sounds up here in Landstuhl. I don't want to talk too much, but like you could go to the club and it'd be about 2 or 3 of them. Talking, you got somebody for my homegirl? And if you say no, then all 3 of them going with you. So that's a true story.
Yeah.
Then I ain't gonna lie, when I came, matter of fact, I don't like. Can I cuss on your channel?
Go ahead, but not too much now.
Not too much. Okay, well, I won't tell that story because that's a little vulgar. But yeah, they go crazy out here in Germany for you. Like, they'll do anything for you. But one thing I say is different about the women out here than in the States is sex ain't really taboo like it is. It ain't really taboo here like it is in the States. So a German will come up to you, or I won't even say German, but a European might come up to you and be like, is this going to be a relationship or is this just for fun? I remember my ex-wife asked me the first night I met her, I was shocked. I'm like, I got the option? I can really be honest with you? And my dumb ass chose the relationship. But yeah,
Why
like,
do
you have
that?
It didn't work out.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you didn't know at that time when you said relationship, so how could you know?
Exactly. But where I was watching one of your videos where you was like, you sit down at the table and you already know your husband wants some pepper or wants something to drink. Man, when I tell you Charlotte was on it, she was on that type stuff. Like, I needed my hair done, boom, come on, let me do your hair right quick. But I won't like realizing, okay, boom, that's your love language. I need to receive it like that. Because I'm more like a physical touch. Right. Once you cut that part off, I feel like you don't even love me no more.
Right.
And,
True, very.
And then especially when you stepping over here and doing it, you know, free willy or willy-nilly with such and such. So I do take a little bit of that blame and responsibility because if you ain't receiving how somebody loving you, they feel the same way and they're going to act out. So, but I'm with you in this. Ain't no excuse for that. Like, you got to say, hey, I'm out the relationship and this is what I'm going to do or whatever. But I still take responsibility for mine and in the way it did. It did.
I hear that most definitely. So are you single at the moment? Because I know I had some ladies in my DMs. Are you single? You don't have to answer if you're not.
I answer like, hey, I'm open book. I ain't scared of nothing. I'll say this. I'll say that I'm actively seeking a long-term relationship with a trustworthy individual, a woman that's in her femininity, somebody that's loyal, you know what I'm saying, that is willing to give me physical touch just like I'm willing to provide and protect for her. Because like I know you do a lot of the, not red pill, but you in that realm of relationship content. I'm looking for that traditional role when it comes to a woman. Like, I like to be pampered, but I'm really that, yeah, I'm gonna take care of you just like you take care of me. And I recognize that that's a love language now, so I can receive it and return that same love.
That's true. So you also feel as though that women nowadays lack in femininity and empathy?
My God, yes. Especially when you go back across that water to that world. Like, I can't even lie to you. I did the American women thing for many, many moons, but I'll never go back. Because I do believe, like, I don't even know if it's like just this day and age, but it's the culture over there. Like, everybody for themselves. Going back to that the difference between America and Germany is Germans are more like for the community. Even when it comes to like the taxes or when COVID was wrong, you know, people was kind of like, I don't want to get my mama sick or my grandma sick, so I'm gonna stay in the house. Because they care more about each other. In the States, it's all about self. And that ain't just relationship, that's with anything. Yep. But when you start looking at the relationships itself, you'll start seeing, like, the women over there don't give a damn about you. They trying to get it out the mud, get rich, take whatever they can from you. Or they are a businesswoman or very much professional and they really ain't trying to get into that feminine role or the traditional, in that traditional sense, you know?
That is true, because I do believe they identify with their role at the job as a boss way too much. You know, they're not leaving that at the door when they're home. No, they bring it home to you, and then they're trying to be your boss and boss you around.
Very much. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to L too much of my family business out, but I just had that conversation with a very close family member of mine. She a multi-millionaire, got several businesses, do a lot of different things. And I'm like, man, like this boss mentality or this role that you putting on just ain't helping you in finding a man. And I'm telling you, as a man, like this is what it is. This is how you coming off. And she didn't receive it very well. We ain't spoken in a while, so I gotta mend that. But yeah, like you're right. They don't leave it at the job site. Because I support a woman working. I mean, everybody want their own.
Of course.
But you got to leave that at the door.
Exactly. I mean, I lived in America myself, and that's the time where I've seen a huge difference between women that I grew up amongst and women in America. You know, they think they're the center of attention.
Yep.
Think they're better than somebody. I'm not talking about all, but that's just something that I have noticed. You know, but over here, women, they do have their career, they do have their car, but I always put an emphasis on when they meet an American, especially a Black American, they don't care about the fact that they work, they have a car, they want you for who you are. They don't even really care that much if you are rich or not. They're just interested in you. Would you prefer?
I think that's funny because I just talked to a female named Ava that mentioned something like that. Because I do think that they don't necessarily care if we rich or not, because a lot of times they think we are. Because it's a lot of military, and then you see us in the club drawing ones or standing up on the stage. So a lot of them do be fooled. These are the younger ones I'm talking about. But then a lot of them are also just, I don't even want to use the word fetishizing blacks, but it's the truth because we doing the same thing. We come over here, we got Turks, we got Armenians, Jordanians, you know, all these.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I like to call it like Arab phenotype because that's my favorite. But we doing the same thing. We coming over here and find ourselves, we couldn't get in the States. Myself, for instance, I'm like a 6 in the States on with a haircut. I come over to Germany, I ain't saying I'm all that, but like my shit go up when I come over here.
Absolutely.
And see, that's one of the best parts I've heard about going overseas. Whatever you are here, you can, you know, get yourself at least 3 more notches overseas, man. Like you're upgraded by 3. So if you're a 3 here, then you're like, you know, 3 or 4. You're 6 or 7 over there. If you're 6 or 7 here, you're damn near 10 over there. You know, if you know what I'm saying, like almost a 10 here. Well, I mean, you're gonna be superstar. You know, celebrity status over there, man. It's gonna be crazy.
Just immediately, just because I'm one of few.
Exactly, and I'm agreeing because my husband says the same thing. He says really a handsome. Sometimes people, they just think higher of themselves than what it is. But the sexual marketplace will always tell you where you stand. So he's really good looking, and when he was in America, he wouldn't get any attention from anyone.
Yep.
Get a mean face, you know, eye rolling or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But remember, you know, in America, even if you are attractive to these women, they will still do that. They will do it to you more if you are attractive to them, because they've been trained and taught to orbit you, but then act like they don't see you, and to come across as uninterested as possible while really wanting you to pursue them. You know, and this way they can guard their ego and never have any kind of vulnerable moment, which is a really manipulative, ugly thing to do. It's too much. So you want to go somewhere where it's authentic and not all these psychological, you know, war games to, you know, whatever. I mean, dating shouldn't be all that. Like if you ever listen to women from America talking online about dating, how I orbited them. They won't say orbited. You know, this guy, I thought he was interested, but he won't approach, and, you know, we made eye contact briefly. I threw my hair over my ear, and, you know, we've seen each other more than once. We're not into stuff like that like y'all are. It doesn't pay us any good to read too much into what y'all are doing. Get to charge like that, man. So, you know, we mind our business. That's why you got to let your presence be known. But they don't want to do that, man. So go overseas where they know they have to compete. They don't have time to be doing stuff like that. I'm telling you. They know they have to compete.
But here, he's like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm being approached? You know, we're together. You got women all up in this space and it's flooding. They're ignoring but smiling at him. You know, situations like that.
It's real over here. Like, I swear to God, man, I'll never forget. I was walking, this was right after COVID had ended. I was walking downtown K-Town, and I walked around this corner, right, me and my partner. And man, I don't even know how to say this without getting too crazy. I'm gonna just be like this. There was two Arab women walked up on us and they asked us straight out their mouth. And we was with two army females, two African American females, just as co-workers. But they walked right up on us and was like, "Whose kids we swallowing tonight?"
What? Shit. What a way to leave it on a note. Yo. Yo, man. Guys, smash that like button from the shorts feed. Wow. Damn. Look, y'all.